Welcome to Rachel Rants. There's something wrong with the welfare system. Life is not a free ride. People should not be able to go on welfare and just stay on it for the rest of their lives. What's that about? I mean, I understand there are extenuating circumstances. A 13-year-old girl gets raped and has a child. Obviously, she's going to need help for quite some time. Disability, I do not consider necessarily welfare because, you lose an arm, a leg, you go blind, paralyzed, whatever. Obviously, those people will need help for the rest of their lives, and I have no problem with that. That's fine. But for the 22-year-old that just doesn't want to get a job or quits his job because, who wants to work at Burger King or whatever, well, you know what? You don't get to go on public assistance. You don't get to get food stamps. What is that about? That's not fair for everybody else. Get out and get a job. I mean, I understand that people need a little bit of help sometimes. That's no problem. I was on WIC for 6 months myself. 6 months. And that's it. I was not on food stamps. I did not get help with housing. As a matter of fact, I actually signed up for that. And 2 years later, they called me. Well, thanks for nothing. What was I supposed to do for those 2 years? Anyway, I made it work. I never went to their Section 8 or whatever. And I don't think just everybody should be able to do that. I mean, you can't just be on welfare your whole life. When a 22-year-old quits his job, he doesn't get to go down and get food stamps. You know what? He doesn't get to eat. Okay, you need to pay for yourself. Life is not a free ride. Get to work. I was a single mother for 5 years, and I made it work. I had a job. I got my kids taken care of. They were fed and clothed. And did we eat steak? No. Did we have all the name brand stuff? No. We did a lot of shopping at thrift stores, but they're still, what do they care? They're small children, even larger ones. I go to thrift shops now and buy clothes because it's cheaper. If you just have to do what you have to do to get by. You don't get to just sit on your butt and not work and just collect money from the government. Okay, it's bullshit. Get out there and get to work. People should not be able to be on welfare their whole lives. Food stamps. I mean, a little extra help when you have, you marry into a family, you guys have 6 kids between the two of you, you get, $110 a month of food stamps or whatever. Yay, good for you. That's fine. As long as you're also working. And I really don't think that food stamps, I don't think you should have that card, that little card that looks like a debit card. Okay, I think you should have the actual stamps because I'm sorry to say it, but there's a few people, like I said, who need some assistance. But the people who don't, I think you should be embarrassed to go to the store with your $250 worth of food stamps every single month, or however much you get. I don't even know. You should have the little stamps. Should not get to, and they should do it like WIC, and you get certain things that are only healthy. That's right. Possibly some extra money for, toilet paper, stuff like that. I mean, you gotta have it, right? But you should be embarrassed to be on food stamps all your life. I mean, go out and get a job like everybody else. It shouldn't be up to me to pay for your lifestyle. And you don't get extras. You don't get to smoke or drink a lot or, coffee or whatever. I mean, you get the basics. You get your food and something to drink, and your clothes, and that's it. And you deal with it. And if you have to walk to work because your car is broken, well, then that's what you got to do. I walked to work. I mean, I did it back when I was, between 15 and 17 before I graduated, before I had a car. Nobody ever bought me a car. I had to buy my own. I don't see how people can expect people to give them things. Well, I can't get a job because I don't have a car. I had a job. I didn't have a car. Walk. Ride a bicycle. Whatever. Public transportation. Get a ride. which is a pain in the butt to me, but, having to give people rides all the time. But, I'm okay with it as long as they're working. Go to work, pay for your own stuff.